Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and today I want to show you how to make your own chain out of wire. So I have a chain here that I've made, and this is on the ambrosia necklace, which is in our free projects section of our beadaholique.com website. And in it, I made my chain. I was doing all wire work, and I really didn't want to put a pre-made chain on it. I wanted to continue with the theme of all handmade components, so I made my chain, and I also made my little clasp. So I want to show you how to do this. It is so easy. Couple of the tools you're going to need. Well, first off, you're going to need wire. I have 20 gauge artistic wire here, just craft wire. I've got a bench block and a chasing hammer. I've got a couple different sizes of bail makers. I have a pair of cutters, and I have some chain nose pliers. I also have a ruler here to measure, because one thing when you're making your chain is you want all the links to be uniform. This is really quite easy to do. I'm going to put the necklace aside for right now. So I'm going to cut myself several 1-inch lengths of wire. Now, if you're doing a project for yourself, you don't have to keep it to 1 inch. You can make it whatever you like. So I'm just laying the wire up against the ruler and snipping. There we go. I've got 4 pieces, so that's going to make me 4 links. So what I'm going to do to make these is I'm going to take my bail making pliers, and you'll see there's 2 sizes. I'm going to use a smaller size for this particular project. I'm going to grasp the wire between the 2 noses, and I'm just going to bend around that smaller nose, just like so. So now I want to do the other side, and I want to bend in the opposite direction for this particular design. So again, I'm grasping it, and I'm just bending. So there's the start of 1 link. I'm going to do that to all of my little sections. So grasping it between, and you can either push the wire around the pliers themselves, or you can use the pliers to do the work for you. So here I've got it going this way. This one I want to go the opposite way. So I can just rotate my pliers. If I need to get a better grip, I can just move the pliers and adjust. All right, so I've got my links, and if you cut your pieces to 1 inch, they should all be pretty uniform. So we'll see what they all look like. So now to make them look a little bit more finished and polished, I'm going to hammer them with my chasing hammer. This is going to flatten them, it's going to work hard in them, and it's going to give a really nice professional touch to the design. So I'm just going to tap it. I'm going to hold it carefully in place so it doesn't go flying, but I don't want to hit my finger, of course. I just want to flatten it out. There we go. Now if your loops come apart, you can go ahead, reinsert the smaller head of your bail making pliers, and just twist it back around a little bit just to close it. So I'm going to show you the difference between a flattened one and a regular one. So you can see it just looks a little bit more polished. So I'm going to do this to all of them. Okay, now if any of those loops separated a little bit, just go back, tighten them up. There we go. We've got 4 chain links. They're identical. So to make these into a chain, we're just going to connect them with jump rings. I have a little 4mm open jump ring right here. So I'm grasping it with one of my chain nose pliers on one side. I'm going to grasp it with the other chain nose plier on the other side and twist open. I'm just going to link it through one of my loops. And you'll want to just then go ahead And you can either choose how you want this pattern to be, if you want the loops facing the same way like so, or if you want them to face the opposite direction. Totally up to you. So just make sure you're consistent in whatever you choose. So we're just going to link that on so they're both linked together. To close our jump ring, we're just going to twist it back in place. And we have the start of a chain. I'm going to do that with the other ones as well and make sure that I pay attention to the orientation. So I want this one then to go like so. So if this first one went this way, the other one went to the right, this one's going to go to the left. You can really do whatever pattern you like. So I'm going to open up a jump ring. Link them together, close the jump ring, and one more. So this one I want to go to the right. And when I say the right, I mean the bottom loop. It's swirling to the right. So I want that one to go in that direction. I'm going to just open another jump ring. And there we have a chain that we have made. So now we need to make a clasp. So that was how you do the chain. You'll make it as long as you like. For the clasp, in this particular project, it's going to be 2 inches of wire that we need. So again, we're just going to lay it up against the measuring tape or ruler, whatever you have. Snip it off. I want to show you what we're making here. That is going to be our clasp. And to make this, we are going to take, again, the small part of our bail making pliers, grip it, rotate around to make a loop. And then in this instance, we want both loops facing the same direction. There we go. And to make this nice curve, we're just going to take a larger bail making plier. First off, we want to make sure our loops are pretty even. Just twist it. And I'm just going to curve around. And there we have our loop. And then for the other side, we're going to do the same. Another 2 inches of wire. Make 2 loops, both facing in the same direction. Take your larger bail making plier, curve it around. There we go. And now we want to hammer these as well. Go back, make sure your loops are closed up. And in this case, I wanted one to be open, like the hook, and one to be more the eye. So I'm just going to squish it together with my fingers, like so. And now these two can loop together and make a very pretty sleek clasp. And to attach it to your chain, you just need another jump ring. Open it up the same way and link it onto your chain. There you go. Got the start of a chain and you have a clasp. And this is a great way of finishing off a piece where you're doing a lot of wire work and you want your chain to not only match exactly the color of the wire, but also to have custom components like the rest of your piece.